A Tollywood celebrity and TMC minister's daughter has taken to social media to voice her protest against Mamata Banerjee's government, of which her daughter Sonika Pandey is herself a member of. Shreya Pandey, daughter of Consumer Affairs Minister of West Bengal, says no action has been taken in the death of her friend and Kolkata model Sonika. Shreya claims that despite being from a certain political background, she is shocked that the alleged culprit could get away with just ₹1,000 bail bond, and the next hearing too is 4 months away. Bengali actor Vikram Chatterjee, who has been booked now for reckless driving after his fatal car crash that killed model turned TV anchor Sonika Chauhan last week, surrendered before a Kolkata court on Friday. I want to connect to my colleague Manogya Lohewal, who is joining us live on this developing story. Manogya, would you give us more details on what is it that this friend of Sonika has to say? What are the details of the case?
Well, Shreya seems to be extremely perturbed. When I've spoken to her, she's absolutely anguished and anxious to take on to the social media and, of course, put her points forward that if this happens to even her, you could expect such kind of attitude from the administration. Interestingly, she happens to be the daughter of a minister, and despite that, she has taken to the social media to express her feelings and concern for Sonika. Sonika died on 29th midnight and early morning when there was a road rage because Vikram, who was allegedly drunk, was driving the car. He hit the mid road, and that's when the accident occurred. The eyewitness, however, have been telling that the girl was taken to the hospital and was brought dead in the hospital. But this time, of course, when you see the voices being raised on the kind of attitude that we've seen from the Kolkata police as well as the investigation, that has been not up to the mark considerably the way it should have been, and it could have been, at least in this case. The social outrage is just outstanding in this case as vis-a-vis what we've seen in earlier cases also. But this time, perhaps for a daughter of a minister coming out in open against her own TMC government in the state is, of course, unheard of.
What is the case of Vikram Chatterjee in this case, Manogya? Have you been able to speak to him? What is his defense? Does he admit that he was inebriated?
Vikram has been saying that only his counsel will talk. He has been interrogated by police earlier also. He faced the camera and held a press conference just last week where he said that chances when he was driving, but there are...
All right. We have Sonika's Sonika's friend Shreya on the phone line with us at this point. Shreya, what is your particular grouse? Why do you think that Sonika has not gotten justice?
See, I feel I knew her socially. She was a very sweet girl, very nice. But what I think is that drinking and driving is not a good thing to do, because in any situation when somebody dies, her family member, I can't even believe that what her family member would be going through, and it's very sad that this has happened. I think it should be a banned rule in India that drinking and driving should be a taboo. It should be stopped, because when a person is drinking and anybody is handing him over the keys, I think it should be stopped from the nightclub or anywhere, the hotels. They should have some system where you can pay the driver and then the driver can take the car back home or drop the people home. But it should not be that somebody's drinking and driving and then accident happens and then the lives are lost. I think it's not fair at all.
All right. Shreya, Vikram hasn't said anything right now. There has been no conclusive statement on that front. What makes you sure that Vikram was inebriated that night?
So that when I switched on the news in the morning, his father was telling that one car has come and hit him. Then he is saying that he was not drinking when when Times of India has already, Times Now has already put a video up on he drinking in a club with a glass in his hand. Now, you're not drinking Pepsi at a nightclub. I think that a more thorough investigation should be done, and the nightclubs should be asked for CCTV footage where it can be proved that he was drinking or not. See, drinking or driving and then denying, I think it's not a correct thing to do. I think just be a man and just say that it's my mistake, rather than hiding behind somebody. If somebody is going at a speed of 60, which is like the normal speed, 60 or maybe 50, so how can Means, I also drive at 50 or 60. If I'm hitting the roadside something, then on 50 and 60 there's a way to hit,
Okay.
the things on the side. But on the railings
So
on the
you
side,
suspect that he was inebriated and he lost control of the car. And that must be investigated.
I'm just saying that one should find out, because at 50 and 60, if I drive, even if I'm hitting the, normally if I'm hitting, then my front portion of the car gets damaged. For a car to get damaged like the one it is, I don't think it's somebody's just not doing anything and driving at a normal speed. So फिर धक्का क्यों नहीं लगा? फिर पूरा गाड़ी उलट गया. 50-60 speed means
Yes.
we all drive in that speed. If you have to, and first of all, why is anybody blaming the airbag? Suppose if I'm poor and I don't have a fancy car and I'm driving in a Maruti Zen and it doesn't have airbag, then should I die? Means why people say, I'm going to find the car company, I'm going to do this to the car company, I'm going to do that to the... First of all, drinking and driving is a strict no. After that, if I'm driving in a poor car, if I'm in a taxi, if the taxi wala is drunk, then does that mean that just because the car doesn't have air balloons and airbags coming out because it's not an expensive car, I should die? No, it's not that. So everybody I've seen that is blaming the car company, and then some people are blaming that if nothing happens and if there is nothing, then nobody is against a particular person, Nobody, I don't know Vikram, I just know him, hi, hello. I don't know him beyond that. I'm not his enemy. I'm just saying that drinking and driving on a whole is not a correct thing to do.
Shreya, why do you think that, he's being shielded? What makes you think that he's being shielded?
No, he's not being shielded. Maybe people do not know the situation. See, people at the hospital will be able to tell you better that what is the situation, why haven't they not done the test, or what is it. I think it's the hospital who is not giving the correct information.
Okay.
Because everybody has seen him drinking.
So you're saying a proper... a blood test was not taken to gauge whether or not...
saying that a proper blood test is not taken. It is possible that in an accident case, means I know that in normal...
That it is usually taken and it is the hospital that is not disclosing...
It's usually taken, and I don't think that the hospitals have not...
Alright, so you feel the hospital is not disclosing the proper information?
I'm not sure if the hospital has given it or what is gone on.
Alright, but you say there's some kind of pressure.
It's possible that if somebody has brought in a... You know how we suffer, and we always say that please take the patient, and the doctors don't want to take the patient, they want to know that first it's a police case or not. So I want to know this, that when they do not accept patients without doing a police case when the person is bleeding, then it's not possible that the hospital has missed out on taking his test. It's not possible. Because in every normal circumstances, hospital takes blood tests.
All right. I appreciate you joining us, Shreya. We'll keep tracking the story very closely.